Howdy, howdy. Frosty510 here. Okay, so I know why the critical people, some of the reasons why they think the story in Diablo 4 could be better. So I'll try and keep it brief and simple. Spoilers, yes, spoiler warning, spoilers, yes, many spoilers here. So the problem is I think the two worst characters survive, and then the moderately interesting ones, not that there's many, the two probably the only ones with actual, decent backstories, they die. So Lilith, we defeat Lilith, etc. She moves on. Donan, he doesn't make it. Poor guy, Poor dude. It is what it is. And what it is, he works his ass off, but he has a bit of an arc. His story he actually has a character development. And Lilith we get a little bit of the past, and then we understand a bit more on the stuff with Anarius. Anarius just dies pitifully, but that's okay, because he's not really, I don't really think of him as one of the main characters, to be honest. He's more of a mostly irrelevant character. So he has a good bit of cutscene, so, good for him. Why not? Why not have a bit of cutscene? But it's just... So we lose Lilith and Anarius, that's fine. Again, Anarius could have done more with him. Yes, they could have done more with him. I understand, that criticism from that point of view. But at the same time, I felt like they never did much with him in the first place, so... no need to do anything too crazy. We don't get much from the angel side of things, which again, you got room for that in expansions. But the real problem is obviously Neyrelle and Lorath, I think. So, for different reasons. So, Lorath, I think, is one of the worst characters in the game. He has no depth. He's just a pathetic character. He just has plot armor, really. He's plot armor incarnate. And it's funny, he gives up his, he says he'll put his head on the tree when he dies, happy to agree to that, so that we can find where Lilith is. And there's freaking blood rain. There's like blood rain, and it's like takes us 2 seconds to work out, oh, she's over there where the blood rain is. It's like you didn't need to do that at all. So he just wasted his life. He sacrificed himself for nothing. What an idiot. What an idiot. And he just does so many stupid things. And then, I don't know why, the witch in the forest, when she turns into Andariel, she helps summon Andariel, because she's the waypoint thing, and they did the ceremony, and then she just wanders off and she's fine and becomes a witch who's immortal and stays. It's just, that bit, and then we save the priest lady, and then she, okay. So, Lorath. The biggest problem with Lorath is he does these little monologue foreboding cutscene things. Well, not even cutscenes. They're sort of just cinematic sequences where it's just a still sort of zooming out. And he does these little speeches where he, tellingly forebodes what's going to happen next. And it shouldn't be in the game. It is a complete waste. I don't understand why you'd want to spoil your own story while you're playing the game. It never works when you give people and we didn't know then, but that character was so important later, or we didn't know then, but we really needed to be, mindful of this, we didn't know then, but Lilith, blah, 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 blah. It's like, just shut up and let us play the game and experience the story and progress through. Again, I'm talking spoilers, but it is what it is. I said spoilers. It's just, I hate them, and there's multiple of them, and they're all dumb, and they're all stupid, and they shouldn't be in the game. They should not be in the game. They don't add anything. They only take away from the story. Now, the story, for the most part, you feel like as the main character that you don't matter so much. You're just you just clean up the demons. You just clean up the demons. When they tell you to, or when people ask you to do things, you do them. There's no choice, which again I understand. But at the same time, I feel like The ending would be so much better if there was a choice. If you could go, well, do we want to use the Soul Stone to seal Mephisto in it? Or do we want to use it on Lilith? If we had a choice, I feel like it would be a million times better. I understand why they don't, because, again, expansion stuff. But giving the choice to Narelle, and then her forgetting her grudge against Lilith, and then her running off with the stone randomly, and then jumping on a cart, and then waving the stone about as she's one-armed, and then just taking the stone out of her 5 seconds, and then every single person she goes by doesn't even get tempted to grab it or to chop her head off or anything. We live in a happy, peaceful world, do we? What? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Narelle she's a terrible character too. So, but for different reasons than Lorath. Lorath he has these segments that just hurt his character. Just this stupid, foreboding garbage. Monologuing bullshit. And then, of course, his actions are dumb. And he has this he's like a holy priesty dude. Become an angel maybe, but he's like, just dumb. He makes just dumb decisions constantly. And leads you along his dumbness. And then eventually he goes, alright, you take care of it. My plan all along was if all of our plans failed, we'd just let you kill her in a combat situation. It's like, you could have just done that from the start and just said, well, we don't need those other plans. You just say to them as the main character, I don't need you guys' plans. All you do is stuff around and talk amongst each other and ignore me. So most of the game, they just talk to each other. They don't talk to the main character in a way that's feels like I matter or am immersed. And then when my main guy's like talking to Narelle, she's like, oh, how do you cope? And he's like, well, when people say I'm a hero, I'm like, who the hell said you're a hero? No one's saying you're a hero. No one has given us anything. It's like, it's just, we're invisible. And then finally, only Mephisto talks to us in the whole game, really gives us that. Well, and then he just runs off with Narelle because she goes the Soul Stone. Our only friend in the game, runs off. And they've got a whole cutscene of her running and hiding and then falling over and then sleeping and then the dog watching over her and then jumping on the cart and then all these zooms in on her face and then on the boat. It's just a waste. It's a waste of money. Just save that for when there's an expansion thing. Just say she left in the letter, do a cutscene of her walking out into the desert or something, and be done with it. It seems like a waste of money. I don't know why. It's like, you don't even see her for like most of the game, Narelle. She disappears for a massive thing because, again, she doesn't matter. Until Dovan's like, oh, we're going to do some Herodric stuff. But it's like, and then why she lost her, I don't know. But it's just stupid, that part. Her character is dumb. And she says so much dumb shit, so much selfish, stupid teenage crap, which, she's supposed to be that, and she acts like that. So it sort of fits, but the situation calls for something more. And then in her letter saying, my decisions have already led to people dying. I'm like, what are we talking about? What are you even talking about? You're fucking irrelevant. You are totally irrelevant. And we just like give her these free wins here and there to make it seem like she matters. It's like, it's just, it boggles my mind. Boggles my mind. I can't fathom it. I can't fathom it. It's so stupid. The way that it felt like towards the end we were going to be the focus. There was a moment, and then they just added Narelle irrelevantly to the point where we go to the Citadel of Hatred. We didn't need Narelle there. We didn't need her to use the Soul Stone. We didn't need her there. We needed to be the ones making the decision with the Soul Stone, or just doing it with the Soul Stone on Mephisto, and then killing Lilith. And then we meet Narelle and Lorath back with Dovan's body, and then she can run off. Then they could have added her running off any other time, would have been fine. It was totally unnecessary and takes away from the main character, which is what the ARPG is all about. You're the main character. It's your journey. You're the one, you become more powerful and stronger and you fight and beat Lilith, you saved the day. You save the place. But I don't feel like we've saved jack shit. And I don't feel like the world can be saved. And maybe that's part of, being a live service game and it'll keep going and all that sort of stuff, is you never feel like it's truly saved. But I feel like it just took away. For me, it took away what should have been more of our moment. But I was happy though. We got, Lilith to kneel. And it was like, and then she, fade away and stuff. And we're just like, but I don't know. I would have liked more dialogue choices, to be honest. It would have just, even if they didn't have meaningful impact in terms of, actual development of the story, I think it would have been better. Like, how do you make the game better? Give me dialogue choices. If the character we're playing as talks, and they do have a narrative, and they do have a character, somewhat, it's kind of hit and miss with the character of your own character, which is weird. So if we had a choice, I think we'd probably I'd feel more sort of invested in my journey as a guy through this thing and saving the world and that. But I just feel like the payoffs and things like that aren't there. Like, they're just sort of... I mean, Dovan's character arc is probably one of the best in the game. And Vigo was good early on. He sacrificed himself. So people who sacrifice themselves, again, that always sort of gives you a positive thing of... So Nayrol should have sacrificed herself. I don't know why she didn't, when she was doing the Soul Stone on Mephisto, why she didn't... when the little blue light was going into her arm and things, it seemed like she was going to disintegrate and then would have just dropped the stone on the ground and we'd pick it up. That would have been fine. I would have been happy if she died, sacrificed herself. I don't think she's the one who needs to be the driving force of anything, because she's just nothing. So, again, Lorath, he's terrible too. His decision making and his character, I think, are terrible. And I just don't like him at all. I don't like Nayrel at all either. Dovan, I think I grew to appreciate his character. That he actually had it, something. He actually had something. Then again, it's not like I really liked him. It's just he was better than the other ones. It was kind of like the bar was so low that he stood up a bit higher. So it's really just the dearth of characters of any value, any sort of redeeming quality. I suppose Eliath, the bad guy who kept reviving, he had a bit more going on, but we didn't really get the real detail, again, I'm sure there's some lore things around, but I felt like he had more depth and he had stuff going on. As a bad guy, he had lots going on, which is good. So I just don't think, and it's more the writing. I don't think the voice acting is a problem or anything like that. But it's just the writing and the needless foreboding monologuing scenes, teasing the rest of the game and stuff like that, which is totally unnecessary. Nayrel, totally unnecessary. Honestly, they could have just not had her in the game or not had her after the first act. Not even have her in the first act. Her introduction makes no sense. I mean, her whole character makes no sense, to be honest. It just doesn't feel like it interweaves in the world in a way that has sort of any meaning. But, Lorath with the Donovan and the Heradric stuff. At least they had flaws. I mean, Lorath acts like he has no flaws, but he has so many flaws. But it's just not... I just don't care about him. I wanted Nayrol to die. That's how much I didn't care about her. I just wanted her to, bugger off. Stop taking the limelight away from the main character. And these stupid cutscenes at the end, I was like, where's my cutscenes? Where's my parade? Everyone going, thank you for killing Lilith. You're a champion. We all love you now. We'll give you a discount at the shop. Where's the... But it's a harsh, bleak world. But a harsh, bleak world, you can walk around with a freaking soul stone in your hand and just wave it about and no one will do anything. No one even look at you. It's a harsh world full of demons and monsters and things, but a girl with one arm can just wander around and no one will do anything and she'll be perfectly fine. It's safer than any city at night. It's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? It's so... Ugh. But, gameplay and all that's all really good. So I think the game is still a really good game. It's massive world and all that stuff. I'm not worried about that side of it. It's just the story side of it. It's not a good story. There's some good character development. I don't mind the progression to the snake thing, the whisper tree, I suppose because it matters now. But it's like, I just think there's. I feel like I'd play through it a few more times or something, but I don't hate the story. I'm just going to skip all the cutscenes and the dialogue. I mean, that's just I feel like that's just my fait accompli. Is eventually you will skip all the dialogue and all the story stuff, because I'm glad you can skip the campaign with future characters though. I mean, that's really good, intelligent game design, because I realized that, you know, maybe you want to do some of the campaign bosses. Some of them are really good, and Dariel and Duriel, I think they're good. Duriel is chunky, and you know, you're fighting a Shava with the team. I think that's good, and then Lilith boss fight at the end was good. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a good period where you're trying to work out how to kill Elioth, and then, yeah, you're working out how to kill the guy because he can't be permanently killed. That's okay. But we just sort of hit this weirdness once we get in Hell. I'm glad we had the Citadel of Hatred. I felt like Hell could have been bigger. I don't know. Something about Hell, it didn't feel like when you're going through the Chaos Sanctuary and then, you know, fighting Diablo. I felt like... Yeah, but it felt like we were the final boss. You know, when Nayrol jumps through the portal, escorted by her new doggo boyfriend, and we turn, and Lilith walks in. It's like we were the final boss. So, I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts. You know, it's just happened. They're all straight in the forefront of my mind. Tell me what you think of the story. Assuming you beat it. I hope you have, so you know it's spoiled. What would you change? Would you add dialogue choices? Do you think we need like the Fallout style? You can say something really funny. Or do you think it just takes time, or I just skip too much dialogue? Yeah, tell me what I missed. Tell me why Nayrel's the best character ever and she can save the world 10 million times over and we don't matter at all. Even though we've killed, like, you know, millions of demons. We kill millions of demons, we kill Lilith, but Nayrel's the one that matters, alright? Alright? You don't matter. You just kill demons. You're irrelevant. Where Nayrel goes, there's no demons. She can run around the whole world, there's no demons. One-armed, makes no difference. She's demon-proof. Lorath, he's demon-proof too. And then he bloody gave his head up to the stupid whispering tree. Oh my god, what an idiot. Oh, wait, there's giant raining blood over there. Oh, that might be where Lilith went. Oh, we can go over there. Oh, the Roderick, here, the religious order. Oh, what are you doing here? Oh, we, you know, Anarius found out that Lilith opened the gate to hell here, underneath there. Oh, okay, we can join you. Oh, Lorath, what are you doing over there, sacrificing your life? Oh, you're an idiot. Oh god, I laughed my ass off. I was just, what? He's just, and then saying we can't find her. Oh, we could bloody find her easy. Some one-armed woman with flashing around a guy in blue stone that's glowing in the dark. She's got the glow stick. And ask anyone as we go along, have you seen someone waving a glow stick about? Yeah, we saw that girl with one arm. It's hard to miss her. God damn, it'd be easy to find her. Holy shit. And then we've got, you know, magic. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then we killed Iosef. Why did we kill Iosef? I don't understand that. That made no sense. That made no sense whatsoever. He's the religious dude. And he just... And it was Lorath who made us fight them. He's just like, oh, well then we'll just, you know... And then we... What the fuck is wrong with Lorath? What the hell is wrong with him? Our antagonism with the religious order, I think, is totally unfounded. So... Humanity can't even work together. It's like, no wonder we're getting smashed by the demons. And all the innocent... So the other point, of course, we'll have to talk about Lilith. So she's like, oh, when you kill her, oh, you missed your chance to stand up against hell and all that. What is she talking about? She's sacrificing heaps of humans. She don't give a shit about humanity. She don't care at all. She's more than happy to kill thousands and thousands, have them kill each other and all sorts of things. She don't care about humanity in the slightest. And then she's preaching to us about our decision, cursing the fate of Sanctuary. Fuck off. What a stupid thing to say. Bugger off. It's like, what planet is she on? What planet? She just, oh, save Sanctuary, and all the humans are dead because they've sacrificed themselves for some just stupid ritual in the background. I've saved Sanctuary, and then she looks behind herself, and all the humans are just laying in this pool of blood. I saved it. Freak off. What is she on about? Save nothing. Save absolutely nothing. And we barely save anything too. So many times in this game, you just enter an area and then, help, and then all they get killed before you can get to them to save them. So many innocent people die. Only one we save in the desert area and the underground area. But it's like, oh my gosh, it's just we can't save shit. This world is doomed. But no Rel can save us. Oh my god. And how'd she get that far? And like we're just like there, and then she's gone like, oh my god, it's so stupid. And Mashif, my man Mashif, he's got randomly stabbed, and yet all the people outside the palace are just standing there. And then Mashif is like right at the entrance, just laying there against all of these bodies. And it's like, we've got a whole bunch of people behind us just standing there. How come you got stabbed? It's not a dangerous area at all. What the hell's going on? That was just so stupid. How did they manufacture his death in such a dumb way? I can't fathom it. They just killed him for the sake of something, and then he's calling Lorath a new Decad. Oh, because Decad Lorath or some shit, and I was like, oh, freak off. God damn. Lorath, he ain't even worth the pinky toe of our man Decad Cain. He doesn't amount up to shit. He's useless. He don't do shit. And then his direction in terms of, oh, we should go there, he's just dumb. He doesn't have wisdom. He doesn't have intelligence. And at the end of the day, he relies on us to bonk the demons with a stick. So just shut up. Let us bonk the demons with a stick. We can work it out on our own. We don't need a goddamn handheld experience. And that's the biggest problem with the campaign, is they hold your hand. And it's like, you don't need us. We don't need to be held hand. We need to be, you got this. You got this, bro. Which I'm at least glad towards the end, the Lorath had that one little moment where he's like, okay, you got this, because all of our plans, you were the backup plan. We are the backup plan. I feel like that's to describe Diablo 4. Your MC is, you are the backup plan. God damn. So many of their ideas are just so dumb. I don't know why we even sealed Mephisto and the Soulstone. We can just kill him. If we can just kill Lilith, we can just kill Mephisto. We can just kill anyone. We're a goddamn demon killer. And then he'll come back again. That was the other point. The reason why he sealed him is so that, he doesn't come back, because if you kill him, they come back. So we killed Lilith, so she'll come back. No? Only the Lords of Terror keep coming back? Well then, Astaroth? He made the agreement, and then we killed him, and then he was down in hell? No? Was that a flashback? But she went into hell before? No, that makes no sense. So, there's just lots of little scruples I have. I think if we had some dialogue choices, I feel like it would probably bring to life a few more situations where we have side quests and things, and talking with little village chiefs and stuff like that. I feel like have some more impact. And then, I think more characters that have value. Some of the side quests are a bit, they're okay here and there, actually. But some of them are probably better, really, than the main quests in some ways. In terms of, characters and their sons. There's a big thing about fathers and sons and, fathers and daughters and things. And I think that's a good thing to have, I will say, throughout the whole game, And mothers and daughters as well, with Nayrel. But then, after, you and Nayrel kill her mother, she just looks at you and goes, I hate you. I'm trying not to hate you. It's like, shut up. You just helped kill her! What the frick? Shut the hell up. Oh my god. And every time she opens the door, I did it while you held off 1,000 demons behind her. Frick off. Damn. God damn. Yeah, and Lorath. God damn, Lorath is stupid. Holy shit, he's dumb. Yeah. He ain't no awe-inspiring character, Lorath. Now, the difference is, again, I played in Japanese language, because I just couldn't stand the English language of Lorath after those little foreboding cutscenes where he spoils the game. So I had to change it to Japanese, and I still had to skip them. He's good in Japanese, too. I mean, they're all good in Japanese, so, you know, I do recommend you play the game in Japanese, if you feel like it. But, yeah. Let's look at this Briola horse. Yeah, I do think Neyrelle should have died. I think that would have been much better for the story. Lorath should have died as well. I'm more than happy if Lorath just gets killed over and carks it. Kill them off. I'm not attached to any of them. Doban was the only one I, actually cared about his story arc somewhat, but he didn't really get... His death was just... It was just dumb. He was just poked by a random demon on a pillar. It was like, what? So, yeah, that was a bit of a letdown. The way he died. And his son, being turned into the thing that Yoren, I liked Yoren. We actually had dialogue with him, and I would have liked Doban to have talked to the villagers that we helped, and then they would have talked about Yoren, and I think that would have been a bit better. But then again, maybe they all died because he took them to the castle thing, and then, I think they did die. But yeah, really good game. No question of that. Just, these are my opinions. Tell me what you think in the comments, like or dislike or whatever. Just, yeah. Alright. Catch you next time. Like, subscribe, bye bye. Oh my god, I talked for 27 minutes. Oh my goodness. See ya.